Welcome back to Breaking News. I was meant to do this about 10 days ago, but I just didn't. Mainly because at the time I was still going to do everything in Megaphoto, and I just didn't feel like turning all the things that I wanted to show on screen into Megaphoto stickers. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about the stuff I found searching through the stuff I mentioned last episode. This isn't meant to be a series. Why I haven't been uploading, what I might upload soon, and other stuff maybe. First, that collection thing. Turns out it was nothing like what I thought. Also, I did find a way to sort it by date and whatever, and find dates and stuff. I just couldn't figure it out earlier because Windows File Explorer is bad. Right now, I don't really feel like going on and on about why, so I won't. So the collection starts with some things that are from February 2021, and it's just some Crazy Helium Booth things, which I already had. You can save Crazy Helium Booth things to the camera roll at any time, and they save with the original date when you do that. So I'm guessing that's what it is. Then after those mid-February 2021 things, it goes straight to April 6th, 2021, with one more Crazy Helium Booth thing. Which is kinda strange. Yeah, there wasn't anything in between that. Then it jumps straight to April 9th, with a very strange picture that I don't understand. I think it's like some Playing Minecraft Droppers the movie thing, but the number is wrong or something. I don't know. And then after that, it goes to April 10th, and from there it's more normal. It seems to just be everything from that point. I'm not sure of this, but I don't think I ever actually checked enough to find proof of it. The only checking that I did is with this screenshot. I have no idea why I took this, but it's like you can still feel it. Steel? I accidentally said steel instead of still. So yeah, that kind of ruined the moment. Did I just say monument? For some reason, April 26th is just missing. According to this, I was making 10 things a day, but there's just nothing from April 26th. I have hiccups and they're really annoying. They only just started after I started recording this. Also, back to that screenshot. I was trying to match things up to the screenshot, and some of them had incorrect dates or something. There was one that was older apparently, and one that was apparently from this time but just isn't in the screenshot. Then it gets to May 1st and just kind of stops. Then it randomly continues again, starting on May 31st, with just occasional things a bunch of stuff is missing, but just, a few things. I don't think this one works. Wait, hang on, you could move this like this? Since when? Oh, wait, it does rotate? But yeah, and it's very strange. It ends at June 5th, though. So that's very weird. Some of the stuff is missing, although a bunch of my stuff has been disappearing, actually anyway. There were some Paper Mario clips which really confused me because they were from after the series ended, and I looked for them at the spot and didn't find them, but I found later that they seemed to be, still here just from, May 22nd instead, but that was still, after the export of the last episode. So I don't get what that was about. I had no memory of ever doing more stuff on this. I don't get it. Oh, the hiccups! Now I'm hiccuping in the middle of burps. What is this? And I mispronounced something again. Okay, anyway, on to some of the cool stuff I found. It is insane how, with, all the stuff that I've, found and whatever, I have somehow managed to perfectly avoid showing the oldest videos on my channel. That were. Also, another thing is, look at how these colors, aren't the same. That's, a compression thing or something. But, I don't get it. Wouldn't it compress to a lower file size if there were only 3 colors in the image? But instead, to make it a smaller file size, we gotta make it so there's, 50. I wonder how many of you didn't realize that there were 3 colors in this image. What? 3 main colors? But I finally found some kind of video that's probably another one of those weird thank videos. Thank videos? That I just didn't upload for some reason. Whoa, what? Wait, what? What is happening? What's it doing now? Okay, I'm just gonna play some Megaphoto games now. I literally crashed into myself earlier and didn't lose. Okay, does anyone remember this Megaphoto effect? I don't at all. Whoa, this is cool, right? Anyway, in this video, I finally crashed. But I recorded it again, and...
Okay, scrolling down. Oh, he's scrolling back up.
Now, wait a minute. You said in Q&A episode 2, and probably other things, that your first video was called First Video. But why is it not here? Good question. I don't know. What? No. Did you know that the Mega Photo version of Pac-Man is bad? Oh, wait, I forgot to pause the recording. Glory, what am I meant to do with this? Yeah, for some reason, first video is just not here, and my second video, ice emoji, is listed as the first one. Potentially, they had already started being deleted at the point of this video, and it just started from the top. Why am I drawing nothing? Not nothing, I mean stuff that means nothing. Wait, that's probably also not true. Also, I thought these drawings were supposed to disappear when you paused the recording. Well, it didn't. Maybe first video never even existed. I don't know, because I lost the video. Also, an update on that stuff. So it turns out the collections of stuff are weirder than I thought. So the way they're labeled are by the day that the last thing, like the most recent thing in the collection is from. So since the second one says October 23rd, 2020, and the first one says September 30th, 2020, you'd think that all of this September stuff is in the first one. And I'm sure I started making videos in September 2020 because that's when I started getting views. According to the analytics, it was September 4th, but it's probably a weird time zone thing, and it was like a day earlier. I don't know. But none of the stuff in the September 2021 is from me. And it was for some reason created like a month after the next one, which is strange. In fact, the next one actually contains older stuff going back to like September 18th. And I didn't check if it included like everything in order from this point, but the oldest video in that is from September 18th. I was able to track it down using the duration, and I found out that it's a video called, which was my, 37th video in the list, and only, the 13th one to have the thumbnail even partially load in time because I was scrolling through them quickly. At least I scrolled all the way to some of, the edited Mind Song Effect ones and whatever, so we know that this isn't, not all of them. Whoa, can you see it switching? Why does it do that? So yeah, I don't know what that's about. Anyway, blah 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 whatever, on to why I haven't been uploading. So another video that was meant to come out as long ago as this one is the Trio 11, but basically there were 2 small things or whatever that I just hadn't finished doing. And to this day I still have not done it. I have no motivation to do it. And even though I sometimes get really motivated, yeah, we're gonna do all the editing and the cuts and whatever, but this stuff isn't that. It's I gotta plan stuff, and that's most of the stuff, or I gotta look for things. I also don't have much else recorded or whatever, and I have no motivation to do it, mainly because it feels no one cares if it's not if I don't even care. Well, Slimecraft, your video idea was probably not interesting then. If people did care, you'd see people asking where the next episode is or something. Yeah, well, maybe it isn't interesting, but I couldn't think of anything better. I can think of one good video idea that I haven't done yet that also isn't annoying to do for some reason. Because it's not that I'm low on ideas, it's that I'm low on ideas that aren't annoying to do for some reason. And that idea is a sequel, so does it even count? I don't know. Anyway, I'm finally back. I'll be doing all those bonus uploads because of all those days I just missed. There will be some cool stuff coming soon. Sometimes I'm oh, well, there's this, great idea or whatever, but we gotta save it for, some desperate time or something. And it's when it actually is a desperate time, I just do the same thing. And it's no, you should just do it now. This is a desperate time. So maybe go put in the comments what kind of stuff you do actually want to see. Oh, all that unrecorded trio stuff actually should be, the next videos and whatever. Wait, did I say unrecorded? I meant unedited. You could say something oh yeah, could you do, this effects collection? Or you could even say, hey, Slimecraft, how about you make a fixed version of this video? Whatever it is, just do it. I might be more likely than usual to do your idea right now. Go! I'm gonna go over some things that I, forgot to talk about or something. One theory for why the April 26th stuff might just be missing is potentially some of, the stuff before that or after that or something just has the wrong date thing, and it's a time zone thing or something. Another thing, that I missed because time is going at, 10x speed or something, is I was thinking I might finally change, the channel names or profile pictures or something, on the 1-year anniversary of the last time I changed the profile pictures. but I missed it because time just went too fast. I didn't even really realize that much. Basically, I had the same problems with the profile picture still, such as, like, why is the channel called Slimecraft, but the profile picture is of a character, and the character is not Slimecraft, but Slimecraft, like, it's meant to be that, basically. Like, the profile picture of the, actually, not necessarily, but basically, there is an actual Slimecraft profile picture thing that was used at some point. And, wait, why didn't that combo? Anyway, I was considering, like, changing it to that and whatever, but the Plus Channel profile picture version of it that I made, I just didn't like, so I didn't. So basically, I don't really know what to do, and it's not like that doesn't have its own problems or anything. Like, I didn't make the Slimecraft thing, really. All I did was make it, like, cut it out so that it's on a white background and lift the left arm slightly. I don't know, but surely something in the sea of Slimecrafts should be good. And then as for the channel names thing, well, I was thinking of removing Studios from the name. It was just kind of in there to be cool and because of the, like, Slimecraft Studios fictional company thing. But it's just kind of dumb. So I was just going to remove it and just make it Slimecraft. Or Slimecraft 2. One random idea I had is changing the second channel's name to, like, Slimecraft 2, but it's, like, a squared 2, and removing the space. Like, I thought that would look kind of cool, but I decided not to do it because, like, how on earth would I search for that? And probably more reasons. Wait, why is there, like, a vertical version of this but not a horizontal version? Whoa. And then as for the Plus channel, I was actually thinking of changing the name to Slimecraft Pro. That's actually what I was originally going to call it back in the day, like 2 years ago. But I didn't like how Slimecraft Studios Pro sounded. So I went with Slimecraft Studios Plus, even though there were already at least one other channel that had that name. It stood out less, and also another thing with Pro is that it was like, kind of like how editors have like Pro versions or whatever, and it's like, I'm the effects guy. You might still be the effects guy, but that wasn't what I was trying to talk about. It's not like every channel in the world has like a Plus version, so I kind of want to just change it back to Pro. Well, not back to, it was never that. I did want to mention it beforehand so people wouldn't think that I was changing it because all of the other channels are like this and that's like where the name came from or whatever. It was like the original idea, trust me. You have absolutely no proof of that, but like, what am I meant to do about that? Anyway, I don't really know what to do, so I guess I'll just leave it unless someone tells me something. Also, don't forget about the video ideas thing again. Or other ideas thing that I don't know.